Hi everyone. Welcome to Ukunda Home, a place where we go to love ourselves and love the spaces we live in. Ukunda means loving yourself. So Ukunda Home means loving the space you live in, which makes whole lots of sense. Today we're going to talk about how to decorate afroboho. Question someone asked on Instagram. If you haven't watched my video before on where I was answering a few questions, please get back and check it out. I'm going to link it here. Let's talk about the afroboho style. Afroboho as a style, it's the style that is defined by items which are relaxed, bold, and unconventional. Afroboho, this is a style without the rules. All the rules go out of the window. So you're free to do whatever you want, except you just got to keep rhythm. Understanding also, of course, the history of boho as a style, I think you would be much better off to make decisions to get the look very well. How do you decorate an afroboho for a small apartment? That was her question. First and foremost, I'm going to start with mixing African patterns with colors or African textiles. For instance, the mud cloth, which we got on the website, by the way. If you need the mud cloth, whether you want machine print or whether you want organically made, which is made by the women in Mali, and it's printed using plant dyes. Plant dyes won't have effect on the environment at all. And also the people we use for production, they do recycling, which is amazing also for the environment. And while you want to mix in patterns, and these can come in throw and pillows, or you could choose a whole sofa. Like this sofa that you see, it got the Kuba cloth as the design patterns, and then inside it got this beige and cream color, which is sort of like the boho colors, which combines really well for the style of this sofa. So one of the ways that you can really upgrade your space, if you don't really want to go out and buy new big items, let me say you don't want to buy a new sofa, one of the things you can do is upgrade your accessories, and these come in throw-on pillows by choosing like the African textiles, which are very colorful, like chitenje, the kente, and also you could also bring in that African Savannah Sun vibe by choosing tropical designs like that signify the African Savannah Sun, that are vibrant or are rich in color, so that you can bring in that afroboho. You could change the curtains in your space when you're decorating an apartment. And for the bedroom, maybe get a bed cover in mud cloth. Personally, probably that's a personal taste. In the bedroom, I would always go for calming colors. Maybe let me say forest green, because it's calm, or go for the classic one like mud cloth in black and white. Choose these elements, except that you have to keep in mind in the colors. The boho colors, they're bold and they're also warm earth tones, which I've seen over and over. And I've also seen, of course, people who go to monochromatic boho, which I think for me it doesn't feel like so African, but I've seen people do that. When you're going to decorate a small space, some of the things you should keep in mind, because a small space is very small, so you can't go so much with the bold colors. You can't really lean into dark shades. Like it would look more smaller if you choose the colors which are darker, and if you choose the bold colors, it will overwhelm the space. Yeah, first and foremost, I would go for mixing up African patterns and choosing my colors right. Put emphasis on African culture. I know of now most of us live in modern spaces, so if you're to decorate an apartment, putting that emphasis, making it distinct to be the center of the whole space, it would really bring out that boho style. For instance, get an African piece of art, make it the center of your space. And I'm going to share a picture of this lady on Instagram. She's called Bohemian, I think, Afro-Bohemian living. When you look at her space, having this centerpiece in her living space really distinct, and there is emphasis in identifying with the African culture. So if you're decorating your apartment, make it a point to add those pieces that really speak volumes of the African culture to have this boho style. My next point would be keep it casual. This style is like freedom. So you don't have to worry about any rules. You don't have to worry about so many things when you're creating an afroboho. It's free. It's something that really encouraging people to go free with themselves when they're decorating their spaces. For instance, as you're creating your apartment, rather than going through a space that feels like maybe you're going to host a formal dinner, go for something that is casual, that encouraging, maybe listening to music, have the pillowcases on the floor or puffs to sit on the floor, stuff that really encourages a conversation rather than being formal. So if you're going for an afroboho style, you're going to keep it casual because this is a style, it's not like serious, like items you've grown up with. It's okay to have them in this space, which is why most people love it. It's free, it has no restrictions. Yeah, just keep it casual. Next, styles. Like any electric home, afroboho is going to be a style that you're not going to stick to one style. I do know some people have gone to like the minimalistic afroboho. I've seen that, and of course that's okay also, it's allowed. But like if you want to have that really interesting afroboho, you're going to make styles. And I'm going to share this video from Evelyn. I saw this when she was sharing this and I was like, wow, the way she put together the different buttons, the different colors. It's afroboho because you can see there's contemporary and then there is also traditional and then there is a mix of all these buttons. Of course, you can do a mixture of textures too, where you add different like rug areas, clean rugs, the chunky ones maybe on top of it to add that kind of comfort feel into the space. So if you're going to mix up styles, just go all the way in. For instance, in this picture, you can see this person used a rattan lamp on tape. Go on the bedside lamps, you can also see that there is asymmetrical and there is symmetrical, which is really interesting. And then you can see all these colors which are coming together to make this whole space look beautiful. I think if you're going for the boho style, just mix up your styles. Don't stick to one thing. I think it would really look amazing. Add a signature piece. Afroboho doesn't necessarily actually need statement pieces or signature pieces, but to create that statement, I'd encourage anyone to add a statement piece, something that can really speak volumes of your space, to add that feeling that captures someone's attention and be a conversation starter. This piece, I loved it so much. If I could get actually a carpenter that would do this, it would be amazing. Like it's some piece, like it's just amazing. So anyway, if you find something that is a statement piece, please add it into your apartment to create that overall feel of afroboho. Create an African inspired whole gallery. The thing is, you don't have to only work with photos or artworks only. There are no rules. So if you're creating a whole gallery, add everything that African inspired. I'm talking about other art that is inspiring, whether it's from contemporary or from traditional. Just add it there to make a whole character of space. It doesn't have even to have rhythm or anything. Just do the whole gallery that is really so interesting to add some character into your afroboho apartment. Pair earthy textures with glamorous ones. Think about afroboho. It's the style that you don't have to choose between something down to earth or something glamorous or modern or anything. You can just pair the two together, whether you're going to choose natural wood tones for your space. So if you're going for afroboho, you could actually add in an African stool and then mix it with the modern elements of other seats that you got, and it would be okay. That's the good thing about this style. Mix up your elements and it will be okay in afroboho style. Last but not least, rhythm. I've said like there are no rules in this style, but because you're picking so many elements and putting them together, make sure there is rhythm of everything. In these pictures you see, despite this person using so many paint colors and everything and so many bold colors, you can really tell there is rhythm, there is coordination of stuff. As you add your pieces together, make sure there is rhythm or don't add in colors that are going to crash together. So as you choose your elements, make sure at least there is rhythm. If you check this apartment for Evelyn, you can really see still there's so many styles that are mixed in together. There is contemporary, there is traditional, there are those patterns there. There is also rhythm. It's warm, it's inviting, it's creative. If you're creating your afroboho, like you're styling or styling your apartment, make sure you keep at least one thing in mind, which is you're going to keep the rhythm with the flow of all the things that you get into your apartment. Lastly, add a personal touch. I know on Ukunda Home, we talk about making your home uniquely yours. Adding a personal touch, it speaks of who you are as a person. You're going to tell your story, whichever story that you choose to share with the world. What's that story that you want to share? What are those elements that speak to your heart, like you really want to share with whoever comes into your home? Add in those elements, make it truly and uniquely yours. With those few points, of course, for some of you that would love to know where to shop some of the things that you may need, yeah, check our website. We got the mud cloth, we got the pillows, which are like natural prints and everything, and check it out, see if you like something, and yeah, go support us. You could also support us by just liking this video and giving it a thumbs up and subscribing in case you haven't. Otherwise, I'm gonna see you guys in my next video. Bye bye for now.